Hello and welcome back to another episode of Squeaky Fanbelt. You join me with the 2CV here today, and well, today's quite a special episode because we've got a new car to introduce to the channel. It was a sneak peek of it last episode. We were trying to get the 2CV started by jumping it with the other car, but I guess we'll just do the grand reveal of said automobile. It is very nice. Anyway, here we go. So, as you can see, it is a Mark 8 Fiesta ST. This thing is awesome. It is owned by my dad, and hopefully it will be becoming more familiar to the channel. There are some videos planned with it for the future, i.e. respraying brake calipers and simple stuff like that. I mean, I've already swapped the badges around to other things, but yeah, tape the number plate up just for privacy. There's the Instagram. Always got to have the Instagram. Caffeine machine, obviously. But yeah, awesome little car. We'll go through some of the specs as well. But yeah, this is the car that hopefully will be becoming more familiar alongside the 2CV as the channel progresses. Right, let me go ahead and show you what is under the bonnet. So here we have a 1.5 litre 3-cylinder engine that is turbocharged. I think it's a hybrid turbo, so it uses electricity as well as the exhaust gases to spool it up, which gives it a very, very responsive sort of jerky feel. So as I was saying, very cool little engine. There are plans for this car with things like an induction kit and stuff like that, and hopefully in the future some remapping as well. But at the moment, I mean, stock, this thing does 197 brake. And yeah, so this has got the performance pack, which comes with, so as I was saying, this performance pack comes with a shifter light to tell you when to shift, and the best part is a limited slip differential, which is, I think, a must-have if you do end up buying one of these, because this thing corners like it's on rails. It's crazy. So yeah, I mean, I'll show you the inside and out. So this is the outside, obviously quite minimalist, and I like it. I don't like all Honda Civic-y type RE, and it's got 18 spoilers. It doesn't look too different from the base model Fiesta. It's got a little bit of a spoiler and some other just styling details that are very subtle, which is good. On the inside, on the other hand though, Recaro sort of bucket seats, big old bolsters holding in place, obviously heated, all those cool stuff. You've got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is also a big plus. So yeah, actually, and it's not too bad legroom in the rear. So it's got a lot of room inside of it, which is weird considering that this is a Fiesta. This is the 4-door ST as well, which is quite uncommon. You don't really see these a lot. You always see the 2 doors, for good reason as well. Obviously people like smaller cars, but for practicality's sake, the 4-door actually does have quite a bit of legroom. Don't mind the mess. Along with windy windows. Obviously we like to think that that's for rate saving, but of course it's probably just to bring the price down on these things a little bit, because Ford know their target market. They clearly want this to be an affordable, fun car. Obviously only comes in a manual transmission with an actual handbrake, not some electric button for maximum skids. But yeah, this is properly cool little motor. We'll do some sound clips now if you like. We'll get some sound going on, because it does have some good crackle and pops. Very raspy little 3-cylinder. Like to mention as well that this thing makes almost 300 newton meters of torque, which is more than enough for a little 1.2 ton hatchback. This thing is just awesome. It does have its odd quirks though, as all cars do. This one especially. So the seat isn't, you won't notice it, but it isn't actually central to the steering wheel. It is slightly off center, which is, I guess, for safety reason, they had to bring it in from the outside. Oh, let's get us down. All manual controls on the seat. There's no electricity, which some people might like, some people might not want. Once again, I think it's just a way of Ford for saving, for bringing down the price of this car to the target market, which is obviously sort of younger car enthusiasts. I will show you some odd quirks that this thing has. So there's a weird thing you can do with this head unit. If you go into the volume and you put it on at least 1, and then hold down this and this, both the skip buttons, for a certain amount of seconds, it'll open up like a secret menu. So now I've done that, it is now testing the speakers, and you'll hear a weird noise coming out of all the speakers. It is just testing the speakers. You go on end test. We turned on the volume because of copyright. There you go. So now you're in the sort of secret test settings menu. So you go into test settings, and you can pick from Ford ST to RS to GT if you want. So this basically changes the style of your head unit, and it won't save it, which is quite infuriating, because it would be quite funny to get into an ST and have the Mustang logo pop up here, which you can have, but it won't save. So let me just go ahead and try. If we go into Ford Mustang, so now this is on the Ford Mustang head unit. I think that's all we have to do. We just come off settings, turn it off, and there's the Ford Mustang logo in the Fiesta ST. It is proper quirky stuff like that. It's so they can save money and keep the same head unit for different models. Yeah, this is the car, guys, and this is what hopefully should become more familiar within the channel as we carry on with it. Obviously mainly 2CV stuff, but yeah. I just wanted to say as well that I've got some special stuff planned for another video coming up. I'm quite excited because today I'm going to pick up some wood, which sounds strange. I'm going to go pick up some scrap wood on Facebook Market for like cheap. And I have a sim at home. I have a Logitech G920, a very entry-level sim. I've had it for about 2 years now. It is getting old. I am due a new one. But it still works. And I also have a cockpit at home, like an FGT Lite. I'll put a picture on screen of what my sim is like currently. But I've recently been given by my garage, they were binning some Mark 1 Audi TT seats, and they're in pristine condition. I've tried selling them on Facebook Market, no one's buying them, so I just thought, right, well, if no one's going to buy them, I'll make them into a new sim, a new cockpit. I've looked at a video at some guy on YouTube that's swapped out his sim with like an old Porsche 911 seat. So yeah, I've got a pair of Audi TT seats, and all you need is some wood, and we've got all the tools for it. So why not make a more realistic driving experience tailored to my height and everything out of wood and some seats I have lying around. So yeah, very excited to get that video up online. Obviously we do need to get some more 2CV stuff done. I think I'm going to be getting a battery soon. I'm gonna have a look at some batteries. I don't know, I want to find the best one. I don't want a cheapy one that's going to break on me, obviously, because we're going to be jumping it a lot probably and starting it a lot, like. And an electric ignition, and I'm sort of torn between the electric ignition for the 2CV. There's 2 types of electric ignition. There's one on Burton 2CV Parts, which is like a website for the just 2CV parts, and it costs around 174 quid, which is quite pricey, but you know, I'm prepared to do it if it's good. And there's also one I found on eBay for 30 quid, and they look different, but they all have the same sort of idea behind them. If I can buy one for 30 quid, I'll do it. This 2CV is all about trying to restore this car on the budget of a 16-year-old. So yeah, what the plan for the videos are for the future even. Anyway, yeah, I will see you soon. Goodbye. We'll have Howie here next time, hopefully. Hopefully, we always say that. But yeah, goodbye.